ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 9. Gosh, only not. It feels like we've been doing this forever now,
No.
dude. But yeah, gosh, guys, last week was a great episode. Um, number 8, we had Carter Sanderson on and talked talked hockey, talked his pretty much his road to where he's at now in the United States Hockey League.
Mm,
We uh, we will have him back on at some point, probably
sure.
uh, end of January. I think we'll probably have him back on, talk about how mid season's going.
Yep, I'd say so.
Um, he ended up he ended up playing both games last week and got himself, got himself another assist or got his first assist.
Assist.
So he's, I
Good.
believe, at like 7 games with two points. So
Good. It's
um,
a good start.
yeah, so I'm excited for him again, and
Helps when you put points on the score sheet,
it does.
Definitely helps.
You can't, gives you at least 2 more games.
right? I'd say
So, so yeah, we are again thrilled for Carter. Again, thank you for coming on. We really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, that was awesome. A lot of fun.
And again, we will have you on again if you are willing to. It sounded like you will, so
Yeah.
we're pumped on that.
Yeah, we went a tour of the ODR.
Oh gosh,
That was sweet.
that
Super
was
jealous.
yeah. I might just have to contact Dad and be like, hey, we're coming to here for watch some Cougar hockey, but
Yeah.
we're gonna just stop and skate on the pond quick.
Yeah. I'm
But
kidding.
but yeah, just honestly, what a great dad because like
Yeah.
he still does that,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's awesome.
it's like yeah, kids come and like that's so great for
Mhm.
the community and
Yeah.
to hopefully keep growing that hockey there.
That definitely helps. I would
So
say keep the love for the game going.
yeah, yeah. So other than that, I guess sticking with South Dakota for a little bit. Season starts in 2 weeks for us in Aberdeen here.
I'm excited.
We got kind of our varsity and JV roster, so we're knowing who is supposed to be kind of where. Again, things can change. Everything's up for grabs. There's really some talented guys that I'm kind of can see can make their push up to varsity for us, and yeah, I'm pumped for that. That's gonna be really fun. Getting it's one thing we have practice, but now when you have a legit game that's gonna count for points,
Yeah. Be a little different
it's gonna
pace.
be different pace, different different feel, and just more excited. So
Your
but
first is it away or is it home?
be
Is
home.
Is
We got
it
2 home games.
Is it 2 games?
They play Brandon Valley and Huron
Wow.
on the Saturday and Sunday.
Those are good season openers.
Yeah, I think there's one game on that Friday in 2 weeks. I think it's Brookings and Sioux Falls. One of the Sioux Falls teams. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's Brookings. I think Brookings plays somebody. So, um, so yeah, but no, fun games all around. Season's starting. I think kids are getting excited. So
Yeah.
I know I'm getting excited. That's
I
for
know,
sure.
right?
So
Me
we're
too.
um, we're looking good here in Aberdeen. I'm pumped. We're gonna work on some line stuff now. Starting this tomorrow morning, and hopefully the guys can start clicking together. So we're pumped with that.
Would you
So,
say they prefer the morning practice over the afternoon practice, or vice versa? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's
I don't
hard because
know.
it's so early, but still, it's it's nice not having anything after school. I assume.
I know. I love the morning practices.
I didn't mind it sometimes
because
it
it's
wasn't
like
bad.
you're there. You're done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh,
Like you get your practice. It's a good way. I felt like to start the morning.
yeah.
I wish it transitioned over to like now because
Yeah.
like I want to sleep in.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I don't know. I do like the Mondays. Like Sunday, you don't have to like worry about sleeping or going to bed right away.
Yeah.
So you can kind of relax there Monday. Especially, I think this year's gonna be a little bit different. Where if we have a Sunday game or we're traveling back, we don't have to go
Yeah.
right away in the morning.
Yeah.
We have a late afternoon practice, and I think the kids like that aspect of it.
Mm.
So, but I don't see a thing that like how they are slower or anything like that.
Oh.
I think you still got to ripe on them. Like, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't see anything.
Because I remember we
crazy
did that
in
just our last year in the morning practice, but it was just once a week.
Yeah.
It was just like on a Wednesday, I think. But it also,
I felt like our senior year. I
yeah,
felt like our senior year we did every day.
no, not every day. It wasn't mornings. No, it was
It
just the
felt
one
like it.
day.
You sure?
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
remember it'd be hard for you had uh, Gus Ellendale, then you had
Yeah, I guess
Britton,
that's
and then
true.
you had Groton. You know, we had our goalies were out of town. We didn't have any other than Landon.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
And so it's harder for those guys. Remember, because they had to stay the night at some houses.
Well, I lived at mine, dude.
A little closer.
But but yeah, no. Other than that, I don't know, I think that they like it. Hey, we get talking about that. We have practice right now, Monday, Tuesday through Friday, morning practice, and we got guys from Warner that come.
Nah.
So
Warner's not that far though.
it's about
It's like
almost as
10
far.
minutes.
No, it's about the same as
No, I don't think it's that. It's not that
It's
far.
not as far as Groton, but
No.
it's farther than Mina.
Yeah. Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't think it's that
Yeah.
far.
It's a little bit farther than Mina.
Especially now too, because you gotta go.
Because
You gotta go
especially,
all the
yeah,
way
you have to
across
go
town.
across town. Again, you got 281 there, but
Yeah.
anyways, um, but yeah. Okay, let's get into it here, man.
Yeah, we got big games on tonight.
Yeah, big one right now. That's in the third. No, two games are in third.
Mm.
Senators and Maple Leafs, 3-0 Senators.
Still.
35 shots for Senators and only 18 for the Leafs.
Jeez.
While I was talking about the hockey, the Jets and Rangers was at a 3-2 game.
Mhm.
It is now 4-3.
Oh wow.
The Jets had a 4-2 lead, and then they just ended up scoring right now, so it's now 4-3.
Oh.
Jets still. So again,
Be a battle.
we knew the Jets and Rangers game was gonna be a crazy one. I wish we were watching it right now. Maybe that's what we could have done at the beginning of this was just to watch the game, but
could have.
too late.
Yeah.
We'll keep that updated, but yeah, that game it could possibly be a Stanley Cup final game. Could possibly. I think right now I would probably see a different team there. And talking about the other team, I guess, is the Panthers, and they're tied with the Devils 1-1. Um, but another decent game. I think the Devils need to pull this one out.
Yeah, this would be a huge win for the Devils.
Yeah.
Pull off of against the top team
Playing
right now, and especially how hot the Panthers are and how they're playing. Definitely be a good win for the Devils.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Bruins and Blues are playing. They're tied at 0. Just started the second. The Islanders and Oilers are playing. They're just starting their game. And then two other games tonight at 9 with the Flames in Canucks and the Blue Jackets in the Kraken. So not too bad. But yeah, we'll keep an eye out for this Jets and Rangers game because that one's going to
goalie battle, Sturkin and Hellebuck.
Yeah, that one's going to come down to the wire probably, so it'll be a fun one. But yeah, let's just jump into our teams here. We'll start again with the Pacific and just go our way down. Start with my division and with yours.
Yeah,
I guess that's just how it is.
How we do it.
How I start talking and we just keep going. So okay, so our first division. My Kings right now leading the division.
Yeah,
by 1 point.
Overtake the Knights.
But again, we're up 2 games on them. Give Vegas the 2 games. They're beating us. Again, point wise, this is probably one of the lower point teams, or not teams, but conferences.
Division wise.
Yeah. Gosh, well, I'm off. Holy cow! Yes, division wise, the Kings, the Pacific are on that lower place. Right now the Kings are leading with 21. Other than that, most are leading with 22, with a double-digit wins. But oh well, I guess whatever works. Right now you're fighting the division. You're not fighting for anything else. So
I know, and your division 2 has, I think your Kings is like a +5 goal differential, and then Vegas is like a +15, but the rest are all in the negatives.
Yeah. Sharks are -20.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Hey, but they overtook the Ducks, though.
Yep,
they've been winning some games here recently, so they've won after they got their first taste of a win. Yeah, it looks like they've been hungry for it. Put some up in the column.
With the Ducks, they're at -12, but I think that is only because of their goaltender.
Yeah, the
They're
Ducks goaltending has been stellar.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've seen things out there, and I've heard that
hmm
the Ducks are only doing this decent is because of their goaltending.
Yeah, well, because they've had the one thing like if you see, Zegers has just fallen off.
Yeah.
He hasn't
Well,
been non-existent to begin this season, which is he's just been kind of declining slowly. So hopefully he can pick it back up. And something can change, or he can go back up. But I know he's been hasn't been had like a consistent like line mates to start the season. He's kind of been thrown around wing, center, you know, first, second line. So like he's been kind of jumbled around where he hasn't had the stabilities. That maybe hasn't helped him some in the production, wise, but still, it's not like the eye test. He still looks good, but just can't like find the back of the net or do anything else really.
yeah. I said it. I said it before in the season. I thought he was gonna get traded.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to be a
it
big
could be
thing to
something
look.
potentially in the middle of the season here come trade
Yeah,
deadline. Maybe they look to do ship him off or something, some
I'm
picks or something.
surprising. Yeah, like I understand like yes the rebuild and this and that, but like
Mm,
they didn't do anything. Again, they were the worst performing out of everything in the free agency.
yeah,
They picked a guy that was surprised he even got picked.
yeah,
Was it second overall, third overall, or whatever it
yeah.
was by the Ducks? He was like you watch it, the draft, and he's like, what? Like I got drafted. He wasn't expected there, and
Yeah,
even the analysts are like, this guy was supposed to maybe be a 10 to 20 round or
yeah, not as
10
high.
or 20 pick, not a top 3
Yeah,
or
not a
4.
lottery.
So it's like they kind of just been screwing up. I feel like all
Yeah.
of free agency, all of the draft, like it's just nothing. I don't know. I don't know what that GM and that president what they're thinking.
Mhm.
Of course, they must are hoping that these young guys, maybe they're just playing these young guys so they have the minutes, and like they're hoping in the next 2 3 years they can maybe move up in the standings or contend. I don't know,
Yeah.
but that's a big stretch,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Well, we'll see if it works out for them. If it doesn't, then it's
Yeah,
gonna be a long process.
yeah, right. Like you know, I feel like look at the Ducks. If you take the Ducks and Canes, it's a big rivalry,
Mhm.
right? So the Ducks won a championship back at, was it like 08, I think, 09, or maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
They won a championship somewhere in there,
Mhm.
right? And then
Early
after
2000s.
that, they've been on a rebuild.
Mhm.
And you just haven't seen them develop
Well, yeah, because like,
anything.
when's the last time they made the playoffs?
I don't know.
Even
I don't know. I couldn't
been.
tell you. But like now you take the Kings. After the Kings are last time they won it was in 2014 and 15.
Mhm.
So you look at that, and now they're on the other spectrum
Mhm.
of.
Well, no, they made the playoffs a few times too.
Well,
In
yeah, they
between
have. Yeah,
there,
they've been in the
other than
playoffs. Yeah,
they've at least made the playoffs. So then
exactly.
they have something to show for it, at
So
least for it.
what's a highway away? What's going on in Anaheim
Yeah.
compared to LA? I don't know, dude. It's just really surprising me
Yeah. I couldn't tell you what they got going on.
because I would honestly, I don't. Again, I'm a Kings fan, but I would, I my first NHL game was at a Ducks game,
Yeah.
and so I have a little connection there. And yeah, I don't care if
Mhm.
it's about a rivalry, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm really surprised with the Ducks
Well, you hate to see a
not doing
team that
anything.
to basically they just been the same through so many
Years,
years and
yeah,
nothing has been done to show for
yep,
and it's just hard. It's hard to watch. It sucks to see,
yeah, but
and for the players too. That
yeah,
hurts. Doesn't do good on the mental state. I'd say.
I don't think. Yeah,
Uh,
I would have to agree with you on that one.
yeah.
Yeah, now in the Sharks again. Sharks, they're making their way. Hey,
Mhm.
they're like I said, they could be a fun team, but it seems like if they don't have Mac, they ain't a team.
I know.
Mac is the youngest guy, and
Just
he leading that team
that's what they.
with his attitude, with everything, man.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of having drafted him number one is that's what you want and that's what you're getting. So that's a really good sign to come for the years for the future for them. Like have him and Smith leading the charge for the next 3 4 years. After like 3 years or 2 3 years,
Yeah,
hoping to see him. At least be in the middle of the pack now.
yeah,
Even making that maybe wild card spot, depending on how all the team does and how their young new coach does, and how he is after this year. Because once he gets 1 year under his belt, we'll see how he does his second
yeah,
year. And we'll really see if they can make a really big jump and play.
Yeah, no, I again, I like the Sharks mentality of I feel like they know they're young,
Hmm.
but they got those veterans, and I feel like again, I say this about a lot of teams. If those veterans can kind of just like pick up
Mm.
and yeah, like Will is now starting to perform, get some points.
Hmm.
So I give it some time, but yeah, if they get a hot streak going,
Yeah.
they can still make
I
it
want to
a
see
playoff.
Askarov in that too. I want to see him
Yeah,
come and play and see how he does. Because if he could be how he should be, because he's the number one goalie prospect, we're just waiting for him to come and play some
yeah,
NHL minutes in some games. If he can be like how he's expected to be, holy, the
yeah.
ceiling could be as high
If
for the
he can
Sharks.
steal some games,
Yeah,
like
easily.
I don't think their goaltender now can steal a game.
No.
But yeah, if you because that happens where your team sucks, but it's a 1-0 game or a 2-1 game, and your goalie's on top of his head.
Hmm.
That's happens all the time.
Yep.
So that would be amazing.
It would be.
So they're looking good. Right behind, see, but here's the crazy thing. Right behind them at 13 points is Seattle. Seattle, I don't. Again, we had high
I
hopes
had
for
a little
them.
higher hopes. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Um,
been a, I don't know. They've been up and down,
yeah, they have not been
inconsistent.
looking like the team we thought they were going to be.
Yeah, because being an expansion team coming in, you see Vegas how they've had basically success since they've come into the league, and it was kind of the same for Seattle to start off somewhat, and they're just kind of rescinding now,
Yeah,
and I don't know if it's this the coaching that's not helping them, or because it's you look at the roster and how they're doing, like they're doing terrible, and they
mm,
have Accord and Grubauer back there and that
yeah,
and have been doing decent, and
yeah,
so I don't know if it's just the way they're being coached, they're just I don't know.
yeah. Again,
It's
yeah.
been lackadaisical play.
They they played tonight against Blue Jackets. Hopefully, they can pull off a win there.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's not like they got. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's there now, and like they don't have a rookie team.
No.
They have rookies, like a 2-year, 3-year guys, but
Hmm.
they still got talent there, and so it's just kind of surprising they're not a 500 team.
Yeah, at least.
You know, but oh well. Uh, right above them, we got Edmonton.
Hmm.
Edmonton's been
They're
on a
staying in it.
yeah, they're coming back. McDavid looked really good on his uh first game back this last week.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, they're staying relevant. At least they have to
yeah,
in the division and how it's going right now because they can't keep I would say like losing and going on losing streaks.
yeah,
Yeah, because we're 16 games in. Our most teams
teams
are
are
about
yeah,
15, 16 games in. And so we're getting there. I mean, yeah, it still seems like not a lot. It's just a handful, but damn, do they matter when it comes down to it and you get to
yeah.
the end of the season.
You, I think a lot of people like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter till like the end, but like these games, like every game matters because at the end it could be oh that we could have beat them one time before we
Hmm.
lost to them in overtime well that overtime or we lost them in overtime well if we would have won that in overtime
That one extra
yeah
point
it
could
makes a
make or
big
break your wild
difference.
card spot if you're
Yeah,
chasing for a wild card spot. And you
yep,
look at last year, the teams who there was a couple teams that basically just took a shit at the end of the season, and a few went on some streaks. Per se, the Washington Capitals had the worst goal differential a playoff team to ever make the playoffs, and they sneak in because team underperforms. They
yep,
don't finish out the season good enough, and it could attest to the beginning of the season and
yeah,
to how they started it out. Like shit matters, man.
yep, it definitely does. um so Edmonton's still looking pretty good. They're at 500 right now. Again,
I
they're
think the
playing
team that
tonight.
surprised me the most be Calgary on there.
Yeah, yeah, we can go up there, Calgary right now. Yeah, they again we had some good hopes. We didn't have this high of hopes as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of been moving up and down that lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think for the same thing with them, like you said for the Ducks, like their goaltending, it's goaltending for the
yeah,
Flames because they're young.
Wolf did really
Wolf's
good.
been amazing.
Yeah,
I think right now he's 5-2. He's 5-2-1 on 2.8. They're 2.84 goals against and a .913 save percentage. And Vladder's not. He's basically they play the same amount of games. Both eight games, and Vladder. I know he's lost a couple more, but he's still the same numbers wise, stats wise, been the same, and play wise has been great.
yeah.
Surprise! That's
No,
good.
yeah,
That's good for
and
them.
yeah, actually they are one game ahead of Vegas
Hmm.
and one behind. the Canes, but they got 19 points,
Mhm.
and the Vegas 20 and Canes 21. So there's literally one game they
Yeah.
can be tied for first.
Mhm.
So, and again, last night's game against the Canes was a big game. They won 3-1.
Big
Um,
division win.
big division win. And from what I've heard, well, I didn't stay up for the night for that one, but what I've heard is that the Canes played a solid game, but just couldn't finish. Goaltending for Calgary was just on point, and
Mhm.
it helped them to push along and win that game. So
It definitely helps when you've got you can trust your goalie.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because you're not wincing and every time somebody takes a
yeah,
shot, and
yep,
you're not maybe doing something extra, going out like taking away from your assignment to try to help them out. So then it
yeah,
definitely helps all around.
yep. Um, so yeah, that's looking good. Again, we'll just go to Vegas here. They're doing just kind of
Oh
what you
man,
expect
and
them. A little bit better than what we
Eichel's Santa
expected, but
Claus this season, man. He's
yeah.
just a gift giving machine.
But that's what sucks because if he gets down, he is injury prone.
I don't know.
He goes down, that team's a different team, and I again, I think they can probably do it without him, but just not as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Him and Stone still leading the charge. He's
yep,
had 8 points his last 3 games. Eichel has 6 from
he's
being assists.
yep. So Vegas always looking good as
Hmm.
of right now. Talking about the Canucks, last team in the Pacific here. The Canucks have the lowest games played on this. They only have
Yeah,
13. They do play tonight against Calgary Flames.
yeah. So that'll be
That'll be
one
a
to watch out
good
for.
one to watch.
Yeah.
Um, Flames are coming to a game that they played the night before, so it's gonna be tough. But for me, the Canucks again, they're 7-3-3, great record.
Without
But
Demko
yeah,
too. You remember they're without their starter and goalie,
I just
and
feel
so
like
they've
though
had a
they
lot of help with Lankinen. Lankinen, the bringing in Lankinen has been like a godsend for them to start the season because he's been stellar. He's been great,
yeah,
and then Silov behind him hasn't been like amazing, but he's done his job. He's done his role.
yeah. No, and I don't know. I think it was just the last game they played. They lose 7-3 to Edmonton,
Mm.
which good for Edmonton. I
That's
think
how Edmonton should be playing their games,
yes,
though.
I understand that, but like a team that you think, oh, this is gonna be a game, or these two teams like could be a game to play in the Western Conference,
Hmm.
right? Finals, and so to see that it was kind of surprising to see a 3-7 blowout,
Yeah.
and I didn't care for that. And then like they lost to the Devils 0-6. And yeah, Devils are a hit and miss, but I don't know, some
Mm.
of these games I'm just kind of
Not much
like the games
generating,
that
huh?
you need, like they lose to Tampa too, 4-1. I don't like those are your playoff contender teams and you're not performing. Like
Yeah.
you're getting blown out.
Yeah, you're not putting up any points offensively, which
So
doesn't help.
like yeah, like here's their they play the Kings, they beat the Kings 4-2, empty netter 3-2, good
Hmm.
game, good. But then you go out and you play Anaheim and the Sharks, like those are definitely wins. But then you have Carolina you lose to in overtime, and you beat Pittsburgh by 1, Chicago by 3. So
Yeah, they're
I
really.
don't
I
know
mean, the teams you're listing off, mostly other teams, the wins that they've gotten are basically kind of your bottom half teams, and the ones
exactly.
they can't, the ones they need to be competitive against, the ones that are going to meet later on playoff time is they struggle against. That's not a good
So
look.
yeah, that's my thing with Vancouver. Like yeah, they're winning games, looks good, but it's
Yeah,
not
it's not
like they're losing their games. They're losing games that matter more
mm,
than anything, and
mm,
they're losing them by a big margin.
mm-hmm.
So that scares me for the future. I just figured that against these bigger teams, they have the team for it. They went out and got DeBrusque, and I
Mm-hmm.
figured, okay, this is gonna be good lineups for everything. But I don't know. I still think there's a little bit of some learning curve with that
Yeah.
team.
And DeBrusque, he had kind of a slow start to the season because he just got his first goal with them last week. It was, but then he went on a 3 game goal streak.
And then talking about that, um, the guy that they picked up that I was super excited for, Daniel Sprong.
Trade
He's
him away.
yeah, he's gone.
Yep,
Like
they traded him away.
he went to where did he go to?
Um,
Seattle.
yeah,
So I was surprised on that. I really
Mm.
wasn't. So, um, hopefully he does. He just apparently didn't step. He stepped up in the preseason. He didn't step up in the regular season. So
Yeah, I don't know. I know. I think I think I saw one clip of it could have been the reason why he got shipped off. It was a bad defensive play, and so. But still, I guess if they're really playing that tight of a, you know,
yeah,
of mistakes, you're gonna make that one mistake, and here we're gonna ship you off. It's like, oh, geez.
yeah. I think it was against that Edmonton, wasn't it? I think I
I
saw
can't
clips like
remember what it
this is why he got shipped off with this
yeah,
play right here or
yeah,
something.
something
I
like
think
that.
when you
But
just talk about it,
yeah,
but yeah, no, that Pacific Division. Geez, we went way too long on that one. Not looking terrible, very close, but yeah. Let's get through these first other two really
the
quickly.
Central will be quick because I mean, if you look at
Yeah,
it, Jets obviously you don't need to tell much about
one
them.
loss,
One loss. They're playing the Rangers right now. They're
up
winning
5-3.
up 5-3 now. Like yeah, there's I don't know. It looks right now. There's no stopping these guys. They're gonna have like a historical like season this
100%.
year. It's they already broke. They already made history. I think
Yeah, the four. Yeah, well,
with
they're
the
gonna be making
13-1.
history every game they win so far until
Yeah,
they lose 5 games, dude.
and yeah, we'll see. How it is, but like Hellebuck, oh God, he's been unreal. He's gonna be the starter for the Four Nations tournament for the U.S.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. That's already locked in. So we get him. So that's nice. But other than that, everything is clicking for them.
Oh no.
There's nothing. There's no wrong. There's no flaws.
So I put this question on Twitter. I said hot take. Does the hashtag Go Jets Go lose 10 games this year?
The
I honestly I don't like
way they're playing, I don't know. They even lose 5.
dude, they're gonna be 16 games in. They win tonight. That's 15-1.
Hmm. And they're beating
Dude,
every top team.
right? Yeah.
It's
Like we
not.
talk
It's not
about.
like they're just playing, like Chicago, and they're
Yeah,
not just going through like the Dogs, the Sharks, Detroit and stuff like that. Like no, they're beating top teams. Dallas.
yeah.
They're right now they're beating the Rangers. They beat the Lightning. Like name whoever you want. They haven't played the Caps yet, but still
But no, yeah. Like going back to that,
everybody.
you talk. Yeah, no, you're 100% right because we just talked about how Vancouver they've lost to these tough teams or winning against these softer teams, and yeah,
Mhm.
the Jets are beating these
Everybody.
really good teams. Let's go back to October here, beginning of the season. They played Minnesota, beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Sharks destroyed them. Pittsburgh, Blues, Seattle, Calgary, Toronto. They lose 4-6. That was their only loss.
Only loss.
Then they played Detroit. That was a good team. Then they went on a hot streak with Tampa beating them 7-4.
A couple shutouts too in
Yep,
between there.
right here. Utah 3-0.
Back to back.
Colorado 1-0.
Yeah.
Dallas a big one 4-1.
They stopped McKinnon's point streak with that 1-0 with that 1-0 win too. That's a huge one against the Colorado team
Yeah.
who's been on fire scoring.
Okay, so now looking at the Jets, their upcoming roster or schedule is nuts. So yes, right now they're playing the Rangers, one of the best teams in the league right now. They are up 5-3 in the third, with 5 minutes left. Their next game, they get to go to Florida, and they're going to be there for a week because they play Tampa Bay Lightning Thursday. Saturday they play the Florida Panthers, and then Tuesday they play Florida Panthers again.
Yeah. So they're gonna have these next 3 games are
And
tough games.
yeah, and then they play Pittsburgh, easy game,
Mhm.
should be. Then they play Nashville, which they're hit or miss. We'll
Yeah.
get into them here in a little bit.
Mm.
Minnesota, tough team.
Mm.
Kings, going to be a tough team. Vegas, another tough team.
Yeah.
They're ending their November schedule on a tough note, but if they come away with, say, 3 losses or whatever,
Mhm.
wow,
Yeah. This just makes their schedule easier come towards the end of the year.
dude.
They don't need to face these if they get done with these series right away. Then that's just and especially if you're playing early in the season, if you're playing them early in the season and you're playing this good, imagine how it'll be towards the end. Barring,
Yeah.
hopefully, that's the other thing too. It's a long journey, so injuries are gonna
Yeah.
come, so you're gonna have guys be sitting, but usually those are just day to day for the most part, just wear and tear.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too bad come later in the season.
Talking about goal differential, best in the league, and not even close.
Yeah, still
36.
they even got higher. I think last week they were plus 29.
36. The next best is 23.
Yeah, I last week they were like plus 29, so they've gotten even better, like
Freaking
plus
crazy.
7 from that.
And then then you go right below it is the
Minnesota.
Minnesota. So
It's crazy
in
because you could probably already lock in Winnipeg as winning the division.
I know, right? You're a couple
Unless
weeks
they
in.
go like on a 10-game losing
Yeah,
streak, and yeah,
but
because like they
yeah,
have a big lead even on like Minnesota, and Minnesota's
Minnesota's
even got a
yeah,
lead on Dallas.
yeah. So yeah, crazy. Uh, I thought this would be a lot tighter, to be honest. I wasn't expecting a big gap like this, but yeah,
And none of us really expected the Wild to be up there with the mix
nope,
with them like that. I mean,
nope.
you'd figured that Wild would be what you'd think Dallas would be what the Wild is right now.
Hmm.
But Dallas has they're 5-5 their last 10, so they've kind of quieted down some. And it seems to look like.
Yeah, so yeah, we got Minnesota looking got great right now.
Mm,
Dallas is, I think Dallas. You can see Joe's having Joe not there.
yeah,
Pavelski is a little tough for him.
yeah, that's an offensive weapon. That was he
Yeah,
was their second. He was their number 2
two.
point getter last year.
No,
So
I think he was number one.
he might have been one actually.
I
You
think
might
he
be
was
right.
one at like 60 something.
69 or 60 something. You might be right. Yeah, he might have
Because
been one.
I
It was
think
one or two.
yeah, we talked about that, of
But that
course.
was
And
the big thing
yeah,
that they lose, a top. But they have young like
yeah,
Stan Coven, their rookie. He's leading the rookies this year in points so far with Mitchkov below him. So like you have him, in a year or two later down the line, he's gonna be up there.
yeah.
So
So
not really too much to worry
yeah,
about.
Colorado came back big time. They were
They're
they
on
were
a
at
rise.
seventh. I think last week they're up now at 4.
Mhm. At
And
least
they're gonna
somebody in that division's moving up,
they're
not
gonna be
down.
looking dangerous here pretty soon.
Once they get all their guys back,
Yep, they're
you
gonna be
know,
very
and if
dangerous.
they can continue goalie play, like if their goalies can still, Anon, if he can continue to play how he is,
Yeah.
they'll be good. Maybe they make a trade for a 10D2 to have more, better stability back there
Yep.
to help them later on. Because look, they got to make the playoffs. There's no way they can't. With the season that McKinnon and McCarr are having, you can't not make the playoffs.
Yeah. They're putting everything on their back right now to
Yeah,
hopefully
dude.
get them into the playoff spot.
Real.
Utah next. Yeah, they just keep kind of sinking down.
Yeah.
Kind of what we expect.
Yep.
Lose a couple, win one or two, or lose more. So,
Mhm.
Blues surprisingly had a hot start.
Quite a down.
You lose Phillip and yeah, D. I think
Phillip and Holloway
yeah,
lost
I
them
think
both.
yeah. So the
I don't
two
know if
guys
Holloway's still out, but Broberg's out for a while.
get those guys off that offer sheet and kind of
Mhm.
not playing out. Just freak accidents type of stuff, of
Mhm.
course. But so yeah, and then Chicago, and again, you have this Nashville team that just can't click. And the funniest thing too is I think it was after our podcast the other day, yeah, about 6 days ago, Barry Trotz comes out and says if we don't get it going, then I'm going to start our rebuild plan.
Hmm.
So he's got a plan already set in stone if these guys can't go. And it's like, dude, I and again,
That's
this
worrisome.
is when they were 4-7-1. They have won only
One
one
game.
game,
Yeah.
and so they're 5-9-2.
Mhm. It's been brutal for them. It's just I don't think you could at the beginning of the season if you showed somebody that roster that they're gonna have this season and you said these guys are gonna be the bottom of the division,
You'd
they
laugh
would laugh in your face.
and be like,
Completely
that's
laugh in your face and tell you to F off.
yeah,
Because there's no way. There's no way. And
uh,
here they are. And here we are, 16 games in. They're at the bottom of the division, minus 14 goal differential. They have two players on the roster two forwards on the roster that are a plus one. Every forward after that, all are in the minus category. Those two forwards are like your bottom six guys. Your bottom. It's Tomasino and Evan Galista. Whatever, guys I've never even heard of.
yeah.
So those are your guys, and I think they've played 8 games. So they haven't played every game, but still, it's just like you have no defense is being played in the defensive zone. It seems like
Mm-mm.
Sorrow. It's not Sorrow's playing bad by
No.
any means. He's playing great. He's playing the best he can.
Negative 14 goal differential. Like,
Yeah, and like
yeah,
Soros isn't doing bad at all. He's just doing what he can. He's getting no help, and Trotz has to do something because you can't get. It's not like you can just when teams are playing like this. Usually, what their owner teams or GMs or whatever will do, they'll usually it's the head coach
Coach.
gets fired.
Yeah,
He gets
but
off.
yeah,
It's you can't get rid of Trotz. No, like he's that. I'm still pissed about Capitals not keeping him
yeah,
the year right after they won the cup. And so then like you can't get rid of him, but then so what do? You just put together this roster in the offseason and it's not doing anything you expected it to do. And so what do you do then?
yeah,
Like who do you get rid of if you have to? Like
yeah.
I wouldn't know.
We'll end it there for the Nashville. I'm gonna come back to him in a little bit. When we get down to your division, I think you might know where I'm getting that because there's another team almost in that same position with them. So
Yeah.
we'll get to that here
Yeah, maybe we
in a
see
little
a big
bit.
one.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I think we can maybe think of some stuff there. But we'll get to that team in a little bit again
Mm,
because I think there's a good topic on that one. Let's jump over to Eastern Conference now.
yeah.
The Atlantic Division, Florida still being Florida.
Yeah.
Actually, Florida's looking really good, and so is Toronto. Toronto's, 16 games in. Panthers are 15, 23 points and 20 points from.
Mm,
So they're not doing terrible. Like those two are kind of pushing their way up that number 1 and 2 spots.
yeah.
Everyone else is just kind of like,
About even. They're almost five.
yeah,
Every other team in that division's 500.
pretty darn
About
close.
or
Yeah,
they're below
yeah,
500. There's no one other than the Panthers who are at multiple like a few
yeah,
games above 500.
yeah. Like Boston, they they've been better of late ish,
Yeah.
but a team like they're third overall right now,
Mhm.
and Tampa Bay Lightning are fourth with 1 point um, missing. Well, actually, Tampa's tied with Buffalo,
Yeah.
but Tampa has 2 less games.
Buffalo had a big win against the Rangers. I
Yeah,
think they shut out the Rangers. That was a huge win for them. And they've climbed up. I would love to see Buffalo make the playoffs or even pushing for a wild card spot
yeah,
to maybe push down Boston out of that spot.
yeah,
I think that would be so. I think that would be good for the Buffalo.
yeah.
See,
So
they haven't. I can't remember last time they made the playoffs.
that is true. Yeah, so we'll get to Buffalo here, but Boston, yeah, they haven't been so hot. Like, and same with Tampa. Tampa
Mhm.
was hot, but both in the last 10 games, Boston and Tampa are 4-5-1,
Yeah.
and they both are on a losing streak. Oops, excuse me, with an OT. Well, maybe they're on a winning streak of an OT1,
I'm T1.
but and which I think is a loss. But anyways, that to me is a little concerning. Tampa was so hot.
Mhm.
They were a
Eh,
team we talked about like, man, dude, this is a scary team. They
Yeah.
apparently didn't need Stamkos, but now they're kind of slowing down a little bit.
Yeah. Then it's not like they're not putting up points either. I think
Uh-uh.
just defensively they're kind of collapsing. They make mistakes. You kind of a lot of odd man rushes they give up, which doesn't help.
Yeah. No, for sure. So
And
yeah,
then Boston, I'm wondering if maybe do we see? I know like do we see them maybe look to ship off a guy or two to maybe shake things up
I
somewhat,
think
shake the
I think that's
lineups
the
a little
best
bit up.
one of the best things. Their goal differential is -12 and
Yeah,
they're third.
nothing's clicking for them,
Yeah.
and they're
And
like they
so
brought in Lindholm, he hasn't, and he's been fine, but other than that, like Martian and like Pasta, like their top guys, aren't like doing too much,
yeah,
and, and so I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Do we look to
They
see if
could.
Zaka, do they push like Zaka out, or I hope not.
I doubt that. The guys that they brought in, I doubt they send out,
No, no, but like Zaka or
um
whoever else.
um but yeah, I feel like if right now looking at their goal differential at -12, that to me says that Swayman is winning games for them,
Hmm.
and that's not good.
No, but that's what they paid him
But that
for.
is what they paid him for, yep. But I don't like that.
Hmm.
You know the funniest thing looking at this right now, there are um only a few teams that in the last 10 games that have a winning record. Florida Panthers at 8-1-1, and the next team that has the most wins out of that is Buffalo with 6-4.
Yeah, Buffalo's been on the rise the last few
So
games. They won some
they
good
did
games.
lose the other night,
Hmm.
but yeah, again they beat the Rangers, but maybe the Rangers are having a little trouble because they did lose tonight 6-3.
Yep.
Jets move on to
Come on,
15 and
though. Who
one.
do they're playing? They're playing the
I know.
Jets, man.
So,
Like they.
but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, there goes Boston, Tampa,
Mhm.
Buffalo. They're sneaking up. They're hit or
Mhm.
miss type of team right now.
Uh,
If they can click and be like, hey, here we go, then here they go. Watch out, I
yep.
think. But same with Ottawa. I think Ottawa's in the same boat. They're a hit and miss team. Looks like they're going to be winning against Maple Leafs 3-0
Yeah.
tonight. But
Stutzel and Kachuk
yeah,
leading it up.
so again, a hit and miss team right there. And so it's Buffalo and Ottawa. Maybe they, because of right now everyone's a little soft. They
Mhm.
could be bumped up. And in fact, Ottawa's going to win this game and they're going to get bumped up to third place.
Yep.
Uh
Still up 3-0.
yeah, up 3-0. They're right now point wise they're at 14 and Boston's at 16, but guess what?
Talking about the top.
Ottawa is at 15 games played and Boston's going to be at 16. So
Uh,
Ottawa's going to now be in third place after
yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
So
So it should
crazy.
be the way that they've been playing compared to like Boston
Yeah.
and even Tampa.
Um. So yeah, Ottawa,
I don't.
Buffalo, they're in the same boat. It's kind of funny. The Florida and Toronto, they're in the same boat. They're kind of
Mhm.
leading the way. Boston and or sorry, Panthers and Toronto are in the same. Boston and Tampa are in the same boat where it's like, not pretty, but they're winning games. Buffalo and Ottawa, they're like hit and miss. They're on the same boat, and then you have like Detroit and Montreal. I think Detroit maybe moves up with Ottawa and Buffalo in the same boat.
Mhm.
They're 5-4-1 in their last 10 on a 2-game losing streak, which kind of sucks for Detroit.
I know.
But yeah, they can still make a jump.
Yeah, with how Detroit finished last season and how strong they were, and they just kind of added. They didn't really know. Nobody got shipped off really much.
Yeah,
Yeah, you think that maybe they'd be doing a
yeah,
little bit better at least, especially how the division's been so far this year. I figured they could muster up a few more wins, but
yeah.
nothing hasn't been going for their way really at all.
I wonder how their D guys are doing because I know they shipped off 2 of their D guys
Yeah,
for their 1D.
yeah.
Uh, so Wallman, that I know went to the Sharks, and then I guess Phil
Gossip
went to was it Carolina? I think it was Carolina.
the Devils maybe.
Or was it,
It's one of those. I can't remember. I get so confused. I get them mixed up just because they're jersey wise.
yeah, I think it's Carolina because we were talking how good he's been.
Well, yeah, he's one of their top point getters, just based, and he's a defenseman, and that's how he was last year too. He was one of the top on Detroit. He was like leading the team in points almost.
Yeah, so I think
It's a
that's
big
their
pickup.
big hiccup right now is
Hmm.
yeah, and yeah, he's in Carolina.
Yeah,
But
yeah, and the Blues are winning right now, 2-0 against Boston.
that's yeah.
Yeah,
So Boston definitely needs to win. Yeah,
something. Yeah, I
they're
mean,
just gonna be end of second here.
Holloway is playing.
Good.
He's got an assist.
So, but yeah, so Detroit they could make their way up. They just need to figure it out. I think again.
I would love
I
it
know.
too. To love to see Kane back in the
I
playoffs,
know.
man, and Tarasenko. Like, oh, it'd be great.
Yeah. So Montreal, their biggest thing is their goaltending.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is good.
it
You
sucks.
Montemalt and Primo. Yeah, I don't know. You like last season they were good. They've had a really rough start to this season, and
Yeah.
they've been like scored on, and it's not
They got
like
one of the worst, -21 goal
yeah.
differential.
And some of the games are like high scoring games that they've had to play.
Yeah.
Like
So
it's
I
been
don't know.
brutal beatings by them. But hey, Cole Hudson, he's top 5 rookies for points getter. I think he's sitting at 10 right now.
Oh.
So he's been playing good. I just man, it really sucks that Lana is not there, and then he got hurt
Yeah, that is
preseason.
true. I forgot about that.
Because man, it really seems like they could really use him. But I think Montreal might be a crazy take here, but I have a feeling that Martin St. Louis maybe might be a little bit nervous about his job
Could be.
right now online because like he was there for the rebuild when Montreal started rebuilding. And now they have the pieces to where they should be. You should be seeing everything come into fruition right now,
Yeah.
and they're just kind of descending. Like they're descending, they're going back to what they were, and they're not moving forward, and what we thought they would be. And so I wonder, like maybe they have to switch up the coaching, or maybe he needs to change up his coaching style, to differentiate it, get out of the rebuilding phase and into contending phase.
Yeah.
Because they have the offensive weapons and they have the defense. Like they have the defense. Just yeah, the goaltending has been pretty lackadaisical, to say the least. But Or not, I mean, Caulfield, Suzuki, then you got Hudson who opens up everything for them, and
Yeah.
then you add in Lane when he can come back, and then you have your big boy, that big guy. I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Anderson.
Yeah, no, it starts
Uh,
with an X.
Oh
X
yeah.
X H E B A
Yeah,
J,
whatever.
whatever. I don't even
Yeah,
know how to
yeah.
pronounce that name, but you have him, your big guy as your enforcer. Like they've got like a team that is put together to that could push, at least for a contending spot.
Yep.
And nothing can go for them. And it's kind of frustrating because it's like they're a fun team to watch. Super fun to watch.
Yep. So yeah, I don't know. Atlantic, it can got a couple guys taking the lead, and
Mm.
everyone else is falling behind.
Now who can catch the Panthers?
Exactly. So last division, your division, Metropolitan. I'm gonna
It's a
save.
fun one.
I'm gonna save your team, and
Yeah, you save for last.
I want to save Washington and Pittsburgh last because of what they did today.
Yep.
Um, so let's start
Over the Canes, dude. Start with
with
the
the
Canes.
Canes.
9-1 in their last 10.
Yep, 11-3.
Yep.
They are just studs, dude.
They're defensively sound and they don't give up chances. It's just like, and it's not. You look at their team. No one's. They've got like Nikas and one other guy that are kind of leading them in points. Everyone's just kind of trotting along. So
Hmm.
like that just to me, like watching them play, it's tough to play them because they're both on both ends, offensive defensive side. They ain't gonna give you nothing.
No,
You're not gonna get anything. You got to work for it. You really got to work for it. You got to be physical because they're gonna move
exactly.
you around. Like
Yep.
it's a good team, which is
Yeah,
crazy because they had
like
so many transitions
yeah,
out in the off season, and it's just like how can that organization, the upper management, is really good.
the only thing I will say is I feel like the Hurricanes are just like they have been. I think they had a little slow start. They were like 1-3,
Yeah,
right?
two and
Or
two,
two, or
like
yeah, they were
just
questionable.
even.
But now they're on a run, of course.
Hmm.
But I feel like if you look at the last 3-4 years, maybe, um, they're amazing in the regular season.
Yeah.
But when it came to playoffs,
Mm.
they got they weren't physical enough.
Yeah. No.
So
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe this could be the year where they can make a good push, or is it going to be where, you know, playoffs come again and they end up not performing because these other teams are now getting up to the level of playoff hockey where these guys
Mm.
are pretty much are at playoff hockey.
Yeah.
And that's what scares me with the Jets too, because they're doing so good now, but can they keep it up when it comes to the playoffs?
Hmm.
So that one's a tough. That again, Carolina's fun. They're a fun team to watch, just like the Jets. When the Jets are on, I'm watching because they're so fun to watch.
I know.
But um, but yeah, that's what's gonna be the big question. Can the Hurricanes make the playoffs, which I think they will? Just with a big lead like that right now, like this, 11-3, it's kind of hard to say that. Yeah, you're not going to unless
Mm.
something crazy happens.
Yeah. Barring
So,
injuries.
um, I think if the Hurricanes make the playoffs, can they push past and get to the finals because they just haven't been able to
Mm.
because of I don't know the toughness or what, but they just could not get past this.
Could also mean too, like some of those teams, they've got like a player or two that you could kind of like entrust, like they're gonna get you one. Like we need one, we need a goal, we need something. You got to get us one.
Yeah,
Like a lot of those top, like the Rangers have guys like that, the Panthers have guys like that, Edmonton's got guys like that. The people who've made the Tampa's got guys like that. Stars have guys like that. So
yeah,
like, Carolina, do they have a necessarily like got like they have a sound roster and everything, but is there a guy that's a superstar
star.
that
Yeah,
can kind of make that because that helps in the playoffs.
yep.
When it comes to that time, I know this is early, we're just be speaking about it, but like I don't know if they like have that necessarily as of yet. But
Yeah,
man, they have a great team all around though. I like them. They're
yeah.
good.
No,
It
I
sucks that they're in my division too because it's a tough team to beat.
yeah. So that'll be a fun one. Go down to the Devils. I know we were talking about this earlier about how it's tough to read the Devils because yeah, they're
Mhm.
second overall in the division,
Mm.
but they're up 4 games. Actually, gonna be five on some now because they're playing the Panthers,
Mm.
which they are winning right now 2-1.
Well, yeah, and that's what's so stupid because I
But
don't get it because like last time Washington played was on Saturday
yeah,
and they don't play till tomorrow. So they took why how come all of a
I don't know.
sudden we have this long of a break? Like I
Couldn't
just
tell you.
don't get it. Like I don't know, why do I feel like these like a couple of these teams like they have 3 to 4 days in between these games. It's like what do
Yeah.
we and then the other teams are doing back to backs and then doing a day off, then going again to another game.
Yeah. I don't know how that works.
I
I
don't
really
get
don't.
that.
But apparently, this is how it has to go.
Uh,
So, yeah. When the Devils get to take their long break, just Devils fans, Devil fans, just be ready for them to move down the standings. It's the bottom line.
yeah.
They're gonna be moved down. It's just a matter of time.
Yep.
Again, uh, let's just skip. We'll talk about Washington just a little bit, just by the standing wise. Washington's only 2 games or a game back. They're at 20 points. Devils are at 22, and they're 4 games above Washington.
Yeah.
So you give Washington 2 games, they have already move up.
Yeah.
So again, if the Devils end up winning this game, they'll be moved up to the first overall
Mm.
at 24 points. But
Yeah.
that is now 5 games ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, it's super misleading when
So
if you're looking at standings and everything, it kind of sucks, but that's how it is.
yeah,
Devils all are the addition of Markstrom is
yes,
really has put him in this place.
yes,
I would
that
say
I will say that yes.
because he's been Allen's been the backup they need,
Yeah,
but I don't think if they had the same goal as they had last year, they would be in
yes,
this position.
correct. Yep, they would be the same Devils.
And the pickup of Brandon Dillon, I know he's not like he's only got like 4 points, but defensively and physically wise
yeah,
is something they needed
yep,
because they didn't have anybody that could like basically stand up, to enforce and to
Yep.
for their stars they have for Hughes.
yep, and that's again that's a big pickup there.
Mm.
We'll skip over Washington right now, and we'll go to the New York teams. Rangers just lost to the Jets 6-3.
Mhm.
And then they also lost to Buffalo their last game. So now they're on I believe, a 2-game
2 games
losing streak. Yep.
Yep.
And nothing to be worried about. But again, you
No.
play Buffalo, which they can be a hit or miss team, but you get blown out by Buffalo. It's kind of they're
They had Shesterkin's number.
yeah. I'm like it. That. Well, and again, Buffalo's goaltender got third star of the week. So
Is it Uka Puka Luka?
yeah, so he, not complaining about that, but yeah, he did good. So
there's nothing to fear too for this Rangers team.
yeah, the Rangers just
Rangers are Rangers, man.
Just watching them, it looked good. It was a good game against the Jets.
Yeah,
it's just the
still
Jets
great
got
on
a
the
little bit
power
more.
play. Yeah, the Jets are the Jets. Good luck.
So I'm not worried about the Rangers. They're gonna be moving up. Again, they're only literally 1 game behind most.
Yeah, they're 9-4 now.
Yeah, not too worried about that. Islanders, I feel like they are a team that needs to be a little bit scared.
Yeah, they need a little bit more consistency playing wise for them. Because Sorokin's he's like one of the top goalies so far, leading for save percentage or goals against or something, one of the two. Where now he's been playing great. Team itself has been up to par as what they've shown, especially from last season, and now they have a full season with Roy as their coach. You'd think they have a better start.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So,
But isn't Barzell? Then he go down too.
He got hurt. He
might be back though.
He was, I think, week to week, so he might still be out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Islanders. I know you had high hopes. I didn't have high hopes for him.
I had him. That rookie though. That rookie, he's top 5.
Yeah.
For points for the rookie, so he's in the on the charge for the Calder.
Yeah. So not yeah. I don't know. It's just tough to get behind him right now.
You tell me Anthony Duclair isn't carrying that team.
Oh yeah, good thing he's hurt.
I know.
He's like out for like months.
I know.
But yeah. We're just gonna do quickly Philadelphia and the Blue Jackets, unless you have something more about these two teams.
No, I'm going. I like going to Philly because that's an interesting one.
Yeah, Philly. I know Draisaitl now just got hurt, so he's gonna be out for a little bit.
Oh yeah, Drysdale.
I think he's day to day.
Yeah, Michkov's back. Michkov scores a nice shootout goal. I don't know if it was a winner for them prior game after being healthy scratched for 2 games by Torts, which I think Torts just it wasn't anything against the kid. It's just
Yeah.
being fair for everybody and just saw that's how it works, man. It's the
Yeah.
process. Mitchkov did great, I think, 'cause he came back, still played the same, still leading. He's still ahead for or in second for points for the
Yeah.
season for rookies, and he's showing what he can do and what he brought, why he got chosen where he was at, drafted where he was at.
Yeah. So not looking bad. And then Blue Jackets again. They're gonna be a hit and miss team.
Yeah,
They're just trying to win some games. There.
yeah.
It's gonna be tough for them, but hey, it can if they can pick up some games, again, this one's gonna be tough to get into playoff now. Being at 12 points, it's gonna be tough, honestly.
And they never really, we
But
never,
but
the
again,
teams never really thought of that really ever gonna make much of a push. Anyways.
their goal differential is only -5, so they're close games.
Mhm.
So nothing terrible, but yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. But
Goal differential is kind of crazy for the top four too, because it's
yeah,
like +9. It's like I think Washington Rangers are like +19 each,
yeah,
and then the other teams are plus whatever, 10 and something else.
yeah. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, so there goes Columbus. But now let's finish off uh, two that we didn't get to, which they make a move. Uh, Let's go with Pittsburgh first here.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh has now said that everyone is free except for Sid. Everyone's up for grabs except for Sid. Before we get to Washington and the trade they did, I'll let you talk here just in a bit. But I did talk about Nashville. Nashville's, I think, getting onto that breaking point just as Pittsburgh is of trading guys away.
Mm.
I don't know, superstar for superstar. This would be almost a good little hey, okay, you weren't working with us. Well, go here.
Mm.
It's not like I'm on a bad team going to a really good team, or I'm on a good team going to a bad team. It's like you're both bad, but like right now, like this superstar could help this superstar team out and
Yeah.
maybe kick them going.
Yeah.
So maybe you see a trade between Pittsburgh and Nashville to send some superstars away
Yeah.
to maybe kickstart this winning streaks or winning some games, because right now it's just not happening.
Stamkos for Malkin.
That would be
I don't think that would you'd have to
Stamkos.
Pittsburgh would have to maybe give something else. Maybe, I guess, I don't know. The way
Uh,
Stamkos has been playing so far, then you could probably almost do him even.
dude, Stamkos and
But there's no way though.
Crosby.
Well, I know Stamkos and Crosby playing together would be absolutely dirty, but I don't ever see that happening. I don't think I don't ever. Honestly, I don't think I ever. Yeah, Pittsburgh said everyone's available, but it'd be stupid of them to get rid of Malkin. Let's be honest, because that's gonna piss Sid off, and you can't make Sid mad.
Yeah.
Especially after just extending him for this season. So I mean, I doubt Malkin's gonna. But do we maybe see Bunting? Michael Bunting, maybe he, because he's he's not a rookie anymore, but he's young. He's been scratched a few games this year, but he's been working on it. He's been working, outside the game better for skating wise and his shot, and on his return back, he did score. He has been playing better since return, so maybe they see a little bit of value, and maybe they could ship him off to Nashville if they want one of those teams to work out to get something back. I could maybe see Bunting going.
Could be. I wouldn't. Yeah, that'd be a decent one, honestly.
I'm not sure where, but Nashville. Yeah, that'd be an interesting. I don't know who. I don't know what Nashville would give up.
Yeah.
But that would be my one thing maybe for them. Because we know they can't get rid of Jar anymore because he's down in the AHL and he ain't playing very good. I mean, I don't know how he is in the AHL, but when he was up his first few games, you never know.
And then Washington and Pittsburgh gets into a deal today. You got the mic, man. This is
Lars Eller, Caps acquire Lars Eller. I think they shipped off a 2025 fourth round and a fifth round pick for Eller, so we get Eller. My thing on that, like I was talking about earlier with you, is that I think they did this because I think since Lapierre hasn't played to what like Cardberry thought he would play like, and he's kind of hasn't been great in the NHL in the games he's played so far. I think what's going to happen is they're going to send Lapierre down to Hershey, play more games and everything, and then they'll probably keep Garbosa up, but kind of have him scratched maybe. Then they're going to throw in Lars Eller on that third line center with Verana, and maybe Manjapani, depending on if they switch him and Protoss back and forth.
Yeah.
So that's my take on that. That's probably what it's going to be like. I assume. Who knows? It could be different. Maybe it could be somebody else. But Milano is hurt, upper body, so he's like day to day. So then they have him, and then we got Churkin. He's back. Roy, I think Roy's back. I'm pretty sure Roy's back. So we're back from not being really any injuries to our starters. And then off the big win against St. Louis on Saturday, 8-1. Yeah, everything's clicking. Obi's at 10 goals already. He's on pace to have 50 plus goals this season. He's gonna shatter that record. Now the question is, does he go for 1,000? Because he's got one more year left on his contract, and so like, does he just go for 1,000? I mean, like, why not? If he continues to score the pace he's scoring at right now, and especially if he does it next year, like, it's possible. So that's the question mark now for him. I don't think that'll happen, but that'd be cool.
Crazy.
That'd be insane. Yeah.
No one would break that.
No one would ever even come close to breaking that if that were to ever happen. But yeah, all right. I don't, Caps are, well, they did lose to Pittsburgh on Thursday last week, but they definitely they came out and played Pittsburgh how Pittsburgh looks in the standings.
Yeah.
They didn't play like they came out and they were slow. They didn't think Pittsburgh was gonna come out playing that hot, that hard. But it's like that's a rivalry game, and you should expect that from the start. And you should play every game like that. To be honest, I mean, come on, at the NHL level, every game should be played 100%. You shouldn't be coming out thinking like, oh, these guys we're gonna roll over them because that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it showed. They lost 3-2. Malkin got the nice goal at the end, to go up against them, to put them on top. But or not, no, I got nothing bad to really say. Satisfied some. Thompson, first 7 games as a Cap, undefeated, made Caps history. Lindgren, I'm worried about. That's I guess that's one thing I am kind of worried about Lindgren because he's low shots and he's let in a lot on low amount of shots, and he's been beaten by his glove a lot high side, and so it's a little worrisome. But with the addition of Thompson, it's been great, undefeated, and he's been stellar. He's been so good.
Yeah.
Well, that's mine on Washington.
Yeah, and they're looking good. Guys are
Yeah.
right now third overall right now.
Strom's like
But-
assisted like every OB goal.
I
Yeah,
saw that.
it's been
That's
insane.
That's a good stat.
Yeah. Stromer's finally breaking. It's 10th year I think since he's been drafted, and he's finally breaking through into stardom. And now McMichael has come alive as well too offensively.
saw
So
that
all
too.
our guys, younger guys, we've gotten, and the additions that we've gotten have all been great. And especially, it might not show up, but PLD Dubois, he's been my favorite player so far this year. That guy is, whatever was said about him on the past teams, it is non-existent right now because he's without the puck, he's skating, he's winning battles to the
Yeah.
corners. He's I can't believe like his vision and his hockey sense. Like it's amazing. Like he already knows where his guys are.
Yeah.
He's a great like playmaker in my eyes, and he's got such a long reach. He can get that puck out wherever it's at, and he can get to it. And I just wish he could get more. Like not wish, I guess, because he's had so many scoring chances. It's just nothing can get through. He's hitting posts. He's been robbed. He's like straight up been robbed. That's all. It would be nice if he can get on the scoring if he can get a goal or two to maybe because I don't know. I think he's looked happy playing because he's with Wilson and McMichael, and he looks like he's had the time of his life because every time those guys are on the ice, there's basically a scoring chance.
Yep.
There's been goals every time, so he's looked pretty happy, and so I think he's enjoying his time in Washington so far. It's a fun team to play with. Everyone's all smiles, especially when you got your captain Ovi, he just loves to play and have fun. He doesn't take it too seriously, maybe more so like a McKinnon.
Yeah.
Captain.
That's true.
Oh.
So yeah, again, Washington looking good. Again, watch for Pittsburgh to make some good trades this coming week.
Maybe we do
weeks to
see
come.
Malkin leave.
Maybe we do.
That'd be insane.
Never know. But so that's what's going on in the NHL this last week and what's coming forward in the future as well.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just hop into our beer league clip of the week here,
Let's
and
see
then
it.
we'll talk about kind of what's going on right now in the NHL as the games are about ending or some are starting. So here, let's get to the beer clip of the week. So it was a good one.
This one looks
About
really.
you might have seen it before, but we haven't had it on here, of course.
Oh, I actually might have seen this just this week.
But
Oh, I think I did.
this is something I at first was like, okay, whatever, little hit, but then it gets pretty scary. So let's take a look
Ooh.
at this. So that guy in the
Oh,
green
this yeah.
takes a hit to the head. He's like, "Did you
Jeez.
see this idiot?" Well, guess what, buddy? That guy definitely saw it, and he knew it too. He's like, "Yeah, I'm out of here. I don't even care." And he just, yep. He's like, "Yo, yo, yo, he hit our guy first." Nothing though after that. That's what's funny to me is like no one like we've seen clips where yeah guys are
Mm,
throwing.
yeah.
But if you look at this clip, okay, this guy, boom, yep, hits him. Like, what an idiot. Why would he do that?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, then he gets demolished in the corner, which that's crazy. Because, one, you guys got to realize they don't have shoulder pads.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So,
That
shoulder pads would help a little bit. You're still going to
hurt.
feel it.
That hurt.
But no shoulder pads into the boards.
Boarded. He got boarded.
And probably hit the ice pretty. Like, he could have hit perfectly in the corner.
Yeah.
But what I think is hilarious is no one goes to that guy.
Oh,
No one. They go to
Levin
hey
just
hey
grabs
hey,
him.
but no one's like punching. No one. They're
Uh.
just grabbing, but no one goes to their teammate over into the.
Yeah, they just kind of leave him. Like, is he alive?
Yeah.
Is he moving?
You don't see single
You
movement.
can kind of see.
Like
just
it's
out of the
yeah. He's
shower.
maybe
moving
yeah.
along.
He's
getting
finally
up a little
getting
bit.
up. But like if you look, we'll go through it one more time. But if you look at the way end, his teammates finally start looking at him.
Yeah.
But it was like 40 seconds after.
That guy must already be a dick, and they already know
Yeah.
it. So they
Just boom. Puck not even near. This ref's like, yeah, okay,
Straight
you already know
numbers.
you're gone. So like,
see, like,
yeah. But yeah, no one's looking. Look at the guys. No one's looking. Goaltender's not looking. And now they're like, oh, hey, maybe we should check on our guy. And they all, oh gosh, okay. It, like, look right at the end.
not really even looked.
Like, geez.
See,
Dude.
like my thing, I'm like, I don't know. It's so hard because it's just like both things. You're not, we played hockey, so we know like instinctively, like I don't think any of us would really ever do. We would never do that,
Oh,
and
no.
know not to do that.
Yeah.
So like you can kind of like you can tell like okay, these guys have probably never played competitive hockey ever before in their lives because you would know better than to do shit like that.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, well, it's like I was like, well, I mean, I get it. Like that guy just took a full assaulted you, with the weapon basically.
Yeah.
And then they're like, man, it's just like so hard. Just like, do I justify him just boarding him in the numbers?
I know,
that?
like it's funny because like, oh,
it's like, yeah,
hit
he
you.
deserves that, but it's like, does he deserve it? Like
This is how I see
that?
it. Okay,
But-
so yeah, he hit you in the head with a stick, or a murder,
or
like
paralyzing.
yeah,
or
you're
paralyze
yeah,
her
like
from the neck down, or do
exactly like you
But
guys went
the thing is,
so
he could have
extreme.
done the same to him, hitting him in the head like that. You hit him just right.
Yeah.
You could kill him. I mean, there's been like instances where that's happened outside of hockey, not in hockey. But
Yeah.
like, so it's just like, whatever. But end of the day, it's like, all right, you guys are just done for good. Like,
Yeah.
well, just both you guys just don't ever come back again. But it is funny.
Exactly.
That guy got rocked.
He got rocked.
Be feeling that in the morning
So-
and a couple mornings after.
Yeah, gnarly. So that was our beer league clip of the week. Just before we go, guys, I'll kind of give you just what's going on right now in the league. Again, games that are over. Senators beat the Maple Leafs 3-1 or 3-0. Sorry. Jets beat the Rangers 6-3. The Devils are going to end up winning this game against the Panthers 4-1.
Ooh. You just came alive.
Yep. Right now, third period with about 14 minutes left. The Blues are still winning 2-1 against the Bruins.
Bruins get one.
The second period just started between the Islanders and Oilers. They're in about 16 minutes and a half in, and Leon Draisaitl scored the first goal. It is 1-0.
Of course.
Oilers are out shooting the Islanders 14-6.
Yikes.
The Flames and Canucks are just about to start, and same with the Seattle Kraken and the Columbus Blue Jackets are just about to start. So big game. You guys are still up and wanting to watch some games. The Flames and Canucks would be my top pick right now to watch because that is going to decide
Division.
if the Vancouver is going to be tied in points or if Calgary is going to take the division right now. So that one is a big
Is They
Big
were
game to watch.
leading the division at the beginning of the season, weren't they?
They were up there.
Oh, they're up there
Yeah,
at
they could have
least.
been like 2 or 3, but
Yeah.
yeah, they were up there. So, but
Because
yeah,
they were 4-0.
they were hot, and then they got cold. Now they're hot again because
Ah.
so. But yeah, that was a good game to watch. I'll probably be putting that one on here in a little bit. So, other than that, thank you guys for joining. We will see you guys next week. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and on Twitter. We will see you guys all next week for episode 10 in the double digits now.
Yes.
So we'll be
Let's
here again.
go.
Be here next week, 8 o'clock Tuesday, and we'll see if JoJo wants to join
Yeah.
for the whole thing. How do you think, JoJo? No? Okay.
Actually, no
Anyways, you guys all have a good night, and we will see you all next week. See ya.
Peace.